Buenos días, clase de español 2. This is Señor Irvin, and this is a quick recap of what you have to go ahead and do if you are going to participate in our Minecraft adventure here, El Mundo de Leyendas. I've actually attached this Google Doc. It's going to be super important for you to be able to access the Google Doc because it will be changing as we go through the weeks. Right now, I'm actually at the bottom or the last page of the Google Doc, but the second to last page will have each of the global tasks that you're going to need to complete each week. Okay, so this week happens to be a strange week. It's going to be 16 de marzo, which is a Wednesday, 16th of March, all the way to 24 de marzo, in order to complete these tasks, okay, these global tasks. Now, the way that I'm going to actually grade this assignment is the most important thing, and that's what I'm going to go over right now. Basically, it says right here we have a weekly rubric, and this rubric is attached also in Schoology, but it's also here so you can always come back to it. I've also attached an image of just this rubric to the assignment. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to go ahead and do a self-reflection. You're going to look down the line here, and I'm going to explain each one of the categories and how they break down. And you're going to decide, okay, how did I actually do this? Did I actually submit this type of assignment? In class, was I actually speaking in Spanish? Was I contributing, for example, to the community vocab? What did I do and what didn't I do? And then where do I actually belong? You're going to bring this rubric out into your Notability app, and you're going to just circle. Okay, I think I did this. I circle it. I did this. I know I submitted this. I did this. You submit the actual edited version of this for each week. So what do we have to actually do in class? The things that we're going to do is this. The first part is, of course, Spanish language use. As I explained up here, I actually right away I said basically that it's going to be your job to go ahead and communicate in Spanish, either aloud or in written language. And it's your job to monitor yourselves. Okay, this is an online class, so I'm not going to be there watching you. It's up to you to go ahead and monitor yourself how much you're going to go ahead and be doing. Um, Vocab acquisition, basically, to be able to go ahead and acquire a second language comes through conversation. So if you can have conversations about role playing inside of this game, you're going to go ahead and learn a lot, okay? And you're going to drive all the vocabulary within the game, which is going to be that much more important. Instead of me telling you what to learn, you're going to have some needs, and you're going to have to fulfill those needs of how do I say these certain things, and then help each other to be able to do those things. So Spanish language use, you're going to have to rate yourself on a daily basis. For example, if you did excellent, I rarely used my English in my communications. And it goes down all the way to where it says needs improvement, where it says I'm using English more than I use Spanish, okay, or I use more than 20 words of English each of the different hours, okay. So if that's you, then you're circling that. We're trying to improve that throughout the weeks, okay. That's our goal, is basically to be communicating solely in Spanish. The next thing is these global tasks. I'm going to give you some stuff to work on. So it's not just a free-for-all. Sometimes these tasks are going to be individual tasks, and some of them are going to be group tasks. And so, for example, for this first week, there are 3 tasks here. All of the global tasks are written in Spanish. You must figure out, what am I asking you to do? And then go ahead and do each of those things. And then reflect upon you having done those things. But the global task, it says, the best or the excellent part of it would be, I completed or helped to complete all of the global tasks assigned this week, and I submitted evidence to Schoology. This is the important part. With pictures in a keynote with explanation. So you submit a picture, but then you explain, what is it that you worked on? What did you do? Okay? The explanation should be in Spanish, en español. Good would be, I completed or helped to complete most of the global tasks, and I submitted all the pictures of evidence, but I didn't organize them within a keynote or give explanations. And it goes all the way down to here. I didn't complete any of the global tasks, and or I didn't submit any evidence to Schoology of what I actually helped to work on. So if you did do something, you got to submit evidence. I have no idea whether or not what you actually worked on. Okay, let's go down over here. You can see links back there. Contribution to community vocab. So one of the things that we're going to be doing is we're going to come up with vocab that is relevant to you. So the contribution to the community vocab is you're going to contribute some vocab words, as it says here. I contributed at least 5 vocab words or phrases to the community vocab, which included the words and the definitions to these words. Sometimes you're going to want a word, but you don't know what it actually means. You can post those. I want you to. And then we're going to help to go ahead and define those. By we, it says the whole group and Senor Irvin. And then, of course, it says I organize my words into the right categories, whether it be verbs, nouns, or other types of words. And we may even develop more types of lists here. And it says 5 words here. It goes to 4, and then the 3 words for the entire week, basically. And then down here, I contributed less than 3 words or phrases, or I didn't contribute at all, would be in the needs improvement section. This is also an important part right here, sharing with the global professional audience. So this is something that some of you are comfortable with and something that some of you are not. But in order to go ahead and put, it's kind of like a way to be able to go ahead and brag, but it also puts a type of pressure on you that when you share, you're not just sharing with Senor Irvin through Schoology and no one else is ever going to see it. I want you to share to a global professional audience. So it's not your friends that we're talking about. We're talking about sharing to a much more global audience, not just even within Minnesota or United States, but throughout the world. And the way that you do that is that you're going to post pictures or videos or your vlogs. All of these kind of things can be part of this entire thing. And it says here you're going to submit 3 of them to be able to be on the excellent category here. And you're going to submit those things through either Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube. And you're going to make sure that you tag myself, Senor Irvin, so I know what it actually is, okay? And that you're also going to use this tag called Minecraft Ed. And that way, people, other teachers or students that want to start using Minecraft in their classrooms can see, hey, this is what students are actually creating. And this is kind of the stuff that's happening right now, and they can get inspired by it. It also, again, puts a pressure onto you to make sure that whatever you're doing there is a high quality sample or assignment, whatever you're actually submitting, okay? So here it says 3, 2 posts, or just 1, and then down over here it says I didn't submit anything, okay? Bueno, the last one right here says a weekly reflection in the form of a journal or a vlog, okay? So at the end of the week, you're going to reflect, okay? What did you actually learn? And you're going to learn quite a bit. You're going to be, I think, very surprised by this. You're going to learn quite a bit, and you're going to submit a self-reflection in the Spanish language of what you have learned throughout the week. Now, you can submit one that's mostly in Spanish, as it says here, or an explanation right here where it says where there's use some Spanish, or you just submit one in English, okay? But make sure you submit here, because this, again, is worth 500 XP. So if you total up the number of XP, there's 2,500 per week. This is what the work that you're going to be doing, okay? But throughout the week, as it says here, there's only really 2 rules. Number 1 rule is that you have to follow la ley. Make sure you read these things about the law, okay? And then the next thing is that you're going to be working on Minecraft every single day, or you're going to be working on a Minecraft related activity, for example, a vlog or a reflection or the vocab list for the entire 50 minutes of every single class period. Those are the 2 rules. If you can't follow those rules, you shouldn't be doing this assignment. You can just do what we did previous. If you, for example, finish the global task for the week, there's 3 tasks here, it's very possible you may finish before that. So then you may say, okay, I'm done, but you're really not. The laws of basically being able to go ahead and participate in this say, you're going to be working inside of Minecraft or Minecraft related activity for the entire 50 minutes of every single day, okay? So as you go through this and you read each one of these things, okay, it's important to go ahead and know, it's like, okay, what is Senor Irvin asking me to do? Basically, here's what I'm asking you to do. Learn, okay? So we're learning Spanish vocab and phrases, and it's not directed by me, but rather directed by the community. One of the things that I've linked here is, see, check out this little link here. It says community-based vocab. I'm going to click it, and it opens up a Google Doc. So this is a super important aspect of everything else. Number 1, make sure you log into your Gmail account, because it's going to track your edits as part of what you do here. You can see right here, my other account, it says Irv Spanish right here, is actually in the account itself. And anything you type in here, okay, will be kept track of in a log. So it's super important for you to log in and then start typing in words or phrases that, number 1, you may need some help with, or that you want to add to the community vocab list. Okay, it can be very simple stuff and it can be very complex things. Maybe you don't know the answer to it, that's why you're putting it on here, but you're contributing to this whole list. And eventually we're going to have a very rich list of vocab that we can all draw from, okay, and we can direct people to. This is an editable Google Docs, so anybody can edit it that has the link. So I want you to go in there and make sure that you do so. That's an important part of what we're actually working on. So there's the link there for you. The reflection is going to be super important. Make sure you submit your reflections, and it says here you're reflecting either by journaling, writing, or vlogging. Okay, so you can vlog like right here. You're going to just talk to the camera. That's great. If you want to write something, you can write it out. Any one of those types of things will be perfect as far as for a reflection. ¿Qué más here? Oh, sharing. Make sure that you share again with a global audience by saying, hey, this is something cool that I actually did. I'm going to share it out there. Teaching others how to go ahead and do something within Minecraft, but then only using Spanish is just a super awesome way of being able to use the language. And it's complex, it's difficult, but if you can do that, you can do a lot of stuff even outside of this virtual world. And then of course, collaborating. We have to collaborate to build a thriving civilization. You're gonna have to collaborate to do these things. Numbers 2 and 3 here, you need to have a lot of collaboration, a lot of talk between each other. Now sometimes, or some people are gonna ask, okay, so I'm in an hour, I can see like Devin Kelly, if he decides to go ahead and do this, he's in an hour by himself. How is he going to communicate and collaborate with the rest of you guys? And then my question back to you guys is, how do you guys talk to each other and communicate if you're not in the same class right now? And that would be through any of the electronic means that you have access to, whether it be your iPad, whether it be at your actual phone, or whether it be at lunch. How do you communicate? How are you going to be able to go ahead and include or be part of this community, even though you may not be in the exact same hour? You can do that, and you'll figure it out, okay? Make sure that if you have questions, you post them on the assignment itself. Let's look at the assignment itself. Let's go back here to Español 2. And what I want to do is make sure that we're going to post in the assignment under the comment section. This is where we're going to post any kind of comments, and they can be written in English, questions, anything else that you need help with. You post them right here, and we're all going to be reading these comments to make sure, okay, so someone already posted that. Let's see some responses there. So it's important to go ahead and do that, okay? So it's well thought out. Every single week there's going to be a new global set of tasks. It's going to be super awesome and fun. The world will be saved every afternoon, so that you know that you're continuing to go ahead and do work through it. And each week will be a different kind of set of a theme, okay? This week is La Comunidad, which is the community, and that's the first thing that we're going to be working on together. Bueno, that's all I've got. If you have questions, make sure you send me a message. Adios, hasta la vista.